NFL Week 2, Thursday Night Football, Buffalo at Miami. Before jumping into this game, I did an NFL Week 1 recap video that's on my page now. Be sure to check that out. Show me some love. If I get some good feedback, I'll add weekly recaps to my schedule and do them every week. In this video, I'll be breaking down the Week 2 Thursday Night Football game, Buffalo and Miami, and who I'm betting on. We got a divisional matchup. Both teams won Week 1 but failed to cover the all-important point spread. Now, if you've never watched my game previews before, I typically break down a game in two parts. Fundamental analysis, or what I refer to in the Discord as game theory. This is everything to do with the game itself, how teams match up, talent, coaching, situational handicapping, injuries, weather, much more, but you get the point. It's just everything about how I think the game on the field will be played out would fall under game theory. The second part is technical analysis, or what I refer to as market analysis. This is everything related to the betting market, where the lines open, or really the life cycle of a betting line, including which type of sports books, sharp or square, and how they're adjusting and when they're adjusting, and based off of what factors or what impact points throughout the week. This is market analysis, and it's a pretty big focus of what we do inside the Discord. To be honest, there's a lot of bettors that can tell you about players and teams and how good or bad they are, but there's a lot fewer bettors that can accurately analyze the betting market and find patterns. In my experience, people who are really good at the game theory aspect and know every stat on every player and team typically lack understanding on how to read the market, and vice versa. So when you're able to combine both of these factors and understand them both at a high level, it's really when you can start to gain an edge and make well-informed bets. I have all types of market analysis lessons in the Discord. It's something I always try to add into these game previews rather than just a bunch of stats and trends that are good for content but don't actually give you an edge. Now, of course, it's impossible to go deep into every aspect about a game without it being a 30-minute long video. Nobody's got time for all that. So without wasting any more time, let's get into it, starting with the market here. Now, on Sunday night, after the Week 1 games ended, sportsbooks started posting their reopeners for Week 2. These are different than the look-ahead lines. Miami took money right away on the opener at -1.5, and by Monday morning, Miami was trending towards -3. I think this initial wave of money, or Miami money, had a lot to do with Josh Allen's hand injury. He finished the Week 1 game versus Arizona with his non-throwing hand taped or wrapped up, but he's a football guy. There's no chance he's missing a game with a non-throwing hand injury, and he even said post-game he's fine. But later in the day, on Monday, the running back news for Miami became widely available publicly. This news on both Achane and Mostert being banged up forced this Miami number back down to where it opened at -1.5. Since then, Mostert's been ruled out. Achane is officially a game-time decision, and then Miami started to take money again, and here we are, back to Miami -2.5. As far as the total goes, nothing crazy here. It's been one way under money, and the total is down 2 points from where it opened at 51. If you listened to my Week 1 recap videos I did, you know I was looking to bet Miami. Now, I was hesitant because the early market movement disagreed with the Miami side, which was related to the injury news of Achane and Mostert. We now know Mostert is out, but I personally think Achane will play. He's listed as a game-time decision, but I watched video of him moving around pretty good on Wednesday morning at practice, and his player prop numbers have all been steamed. He was at +115 for anytime touchdown. He's now -110, so I think he will go. But even if he can't go, I'm really not too concerned. The backup running back, Jeff Wilson, has a lot of familiarity in this McDaniels offense, and to be honest, I don't really care who's at running back in certain types of offensive systems, the Dolphins being one of them. I mean, it's not like the Dolphins are a team that lines up in heavy personnel and needs a rotation of running backs to pound it 30 times a game. In fact, it's probably better the Dolphins go more pass-heavy versus this young Buffalo secondary who will be missing their nickelback Teron Johnson. In fact, with a banged-up running back room for Miami, it might force them to go a little bit more pass-heavy than normal, and that's what I'd probably prefer anyway. So I do like Miami here. I bet them -2.5. I do have a little bit on the money line at -135. I had a free play in the Discord on the Cardinals +7 week 1. So I'm against Buffalo again in week 2. This wasn't a team I planned on betting against, but here we are. Miami only scoring 20 points versus the Jags was a little misleading in my opinion. They put up 400 yards, but it really could have been 500 yards pretty easily. Miami had some really bad drop passes. The Tyreek Hill incident clearly had them distracted. They were sleepwalking in the first half. Dolphins had over 100 yards in penalties, most of any team in week 1, and that's just like a clear sign of being off mentally, and that's not who they typically are. Watching the game back, they just didn't look crisp or clean. The timing was off on motions and routes. And bottom line is, Miami played as poorly as they probably could have, and they still managed to win and put up big yards versus an improved Jags defense. If they played to their normal level or even their average, they probably beat the Jags by double digits, and then we see this line versus Buffalo -3. Buffalo also underperformed, but I weigh their performance less versus the Cardinals, who had the Bills dead to rights. 17-3 just before halftime. The Bills scored on a drive. They got a ton of breaks on. Some big third down conversions, a 15-yard penalty that kept the drive going. If they don't score before the half there, I think the Bills are 0-1 going into this game, and I probably wouldn't be betting them in this case, but I'm also really concerned with the Buffalo defense. I said that in their team preview they cannot afford another injury to a key player. And here we are after week 1. They're down a key piece in the secondary. And this is a secondary that's got new faces anyway. That's already lost Poyer and Trey White in the offseason. And I think someone else, I can't remember. But I do lean towards points in this game and the over. We know Miami's offense can put up points. And this Bills defense had 14 plays of 10 yards or more versus the Cardinals defense, but then again, that's a Cardinals defense that probably finishes the season rated out in the bottom 5. And I don't like betting overs in divisional matchups either. So much familiarity between both teams. They typically have good game plans to take away what the other team likes to do best. And another reason I'm hesitant to go over is this Buffalo offense has a clear scheme change with how much they want to run the ball now. 33 rush attempts to 23 pass attempts in week 1. And that was a game they trailed in for a majority of the game. Clear emphasis on running the ball for Buffalo, and that's not ideal when needing to get to 50 points. So I'll probably pass on the total. I will have player props on this game that I'll post inside the Betting Network Discord community, but Josh Allen anytime touchdown is pretty much an auto bet for me at any odds less than -120. That's probably the highest I'd go before not betting him. Josh Allen is the Bills' red zone running back. He's now scored a touchdown in 9 of his last 11 games. He scored twice last week and had a third one called back due to a penalty. Only Saquon Barkley had more red zone rush attempts in week 1. I think I'm going to stop here. For more information and bets I'm making, join the Betting Network Discord. The invite link is in the description of this video. Winning sports bets is hard. Why do it alone? We can team up, share information, help each other win more. You can join for free, but get limited access. But pro membership gets you full access to all the channels, features, and tools, and of course, bets I'm making. I charge $50 for 90 days of access. From the day you join, you get 90 days. That's less than $17 a month. Don't take my word for it either. Join for free and just ask some of the members that have been in there. I'm going on my 5th winning NFL season since starting the Betting Network. Hope to see some of you in there this season. Until next time, good luck with your bets.